Song. A solitary voice rose up in song, as it did at the end of every watch of every day, from the parapet of the Agiary temple that stood upon a spur of the black mountain at my back. I hardly heard it. After more than 200 years of exile, the prayers of the fire priests of Jadd seemed to me no stranger than the sunset prayers of our chantry, though they too rang hollow in my ears. Prince Aldia had told me many times, and my good Nima had echoed him, that their prayers were the source of ours. The worship of Atash, the holy fire, and of Ahura Mazda, the Lord of Wisdom, was older, far older, than the imperial cult of Earth. Our ancestors worshipped the fire and our Lord when men were children, the great prince told me often, voice quavering in his great-grandfatherly way. Your ancestors did not worship the earth until they burned her. I didn't argue with him, though I might have pointed out that the manner of those prayers had come to his faith much later, in the clamour out of earth, when they had needed ritual and song for comfort in the bitter, lightless years that had carried their people to new suns. So it was with all the old religions, though each claimed not to have changed at all. Yet why should they not change? If the god of the fire priests was real, and there are gods that are, then surely his part in the universal story is not ended. Surely there are new revelations at hand, and to come. That thought returned to me, who had received revelations of my own, time and again. In a younger man, the thought might have caught and kindled a fire of its own in my belly. But I was old, and the wind that blew the words of the fire priest's song back upon the mountain dragged my long and greying hair back with it, and stoked not the embers in my heart. It was mid-afternoon, the start of overrun, that watch which ran from mid-afternoon until evenfall. Looking up, I could see the acolytes in robes of Jaddian white, and the neophytes of the fire school in tunic and trousers of the same, moving toward the Agiary. I did not move to join them, but gripped the iron rail. The metal was hot in the afternoon sun, red and huge as an apple in the pale sky, and I leaned my weight against it. I had started just after lunch, having dismissed Demetra for the day, and left my villa upon the sward above the beach of mingled black and white sand. As I always did, I'd set my sights upon Hephaestos and walked the Scala Aspara, the white stair, to the fire school. The fire school. All across the galaxy, songs are sung of its shining towers, its sweeping colonnades and intricately styled oriels. Legends are spun of duelists, facing one another upon arch-step bridges over steep-walled canals where the lavas of Hephaestos flow down to the sea. Of odalisques, oiled and clad in golden collars, reclining for the delectation of their masters. Of knives and whispers in the dark.